Ever feel like you're just going through the motions, feeling stuck and wondering if there's more to life? It's frustrating, right? But what if I told you there is a simple way to break free and start flourishing instead? In this video, we'll dive into 5 powerful elements that can help you go from feeling stuck to truly thriving. Let's explore how you can unlock a life filled with purpose, joy, and genuine well-being. Did you know that we're wired to focus more on negative emotions than positive ones? Yup, it's a survival thing. But what if we could flip that switch and start noticing the small joys all around us? Positive emotions like joy, excitement, and contentment can come from even the smallest moments, like enjoying a meal or appreciating a beautiful sunset. In fact, there is a practice I love calling savoring. It's about fully experiencing and appreciating positive moments when they happen. The next time something good happens, maybe you get a compliment at work or find a quiet moment for yourself, just pause. Soak it in, even for a few seconds. This lets your brain form new positive neural pathways. Another great way to cultivate positive emotions is to start a gratitude practice. I like to keep it simple. Every day, just jot down 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as small as that first sip of coffee in the morning or as big as reconnecting with an old friend. When we take time to acknowledge these moments, we train our minds to notice them more often. Personally, one of my favorite moments of the day is when my husband makes me my breakfast. He's been doing it for years, but it still feels very special every time. There's also something magical about noticing the kindness of others, like when someone holds the door open for me at work. These are tiny things, but when I pause and appreciate them, they become sources of joy. Now, while noticing positive emotions is essential, there's another way to bring more joy into our daily lives, and that's through engagement with what we're doing. Now, let's talk about how we can bring more presence and curiosity into the things we often overlook. Ever feel like you're just going through the motions, like your day is on an autopilot? What if I told you there's a way to turn even the most mundane tasks into something that feels purposeful and rewarding? Engagement is all about being fully present and finding small ways to bring joy and interest into what you're doing. Think of it as mindfulness exercise. For example, the next time you're doing the dishes, try paying attention to the sounds of the water, the feeling of the soap, or the rhythm of the task. Or if you're working on a project, ask yourself, how can I make this more enjoyable? You could try changing your environment, playing music, or just focusing on the details that normally go unnoticed. Engagement also means doing things that make you lose track of time. Psychologists call this state flow, as it often happens when we're fully absorbed in an activity. For me, it could be something that as simple as reading a book or brainstorming new ideas. Find these activities that you can get completely lost in even for a few minutes. One tip is to start small. Pick an activity you do every day, like making your bed or walking to the work, and try to engage with it fully. Notice how it makes you feel and pay attention to any details you usually overlook. Even if it sounds simple, it can transform your day and bring a sense of satisfaction. Speaking of satisfaction, let's talk about relationships. After all, human connection is one of the most powerful ways we feel truly fulfilled. Let's dive into how we can cultivate meaningful relationships that support our well-being. Can you guess what determines the quality of your life more than anything else? It's not your job, it's not your money, and not even where you live. It's the strengths of your relationships. But how often do we actually invest time in those relationships? Relationships are like an emotional bank account. Every small interaction, like sharing a laugh or lending a listening ear, is a deposit. The trick is to make regular deposits, so when tough times come, you've got a rich account of trust and affection to draw on. One way to start is by reaching out to a friend or family member you haven't spoken to for in a while. Even a quick text can make a big difference. Something I do is I keep a running list of people who matter most to me. Every few weeks, I'll check in to see who I haven't talked to recently. If it's been a while, I'll give them a call or schedule a coffee. Building strong relationships doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It's about consistent, small acts of connection. And it's well worth the effort. Studies show that people with strong social connections live longer, happier lives. Remember, our relationships are what carry us through the highs and the lows. So take a moment to think about who you can reach out to today and make that connection. It might be just the highlight of your day. Now, as much as relationships help us feel grounded, we also need a sense of meaning in our lives. Let's talk about why having purpose is crucial to feeling fulfilled. Ever feel like life is just a series of tasks? Like you're ticking off the boxes without any real purpose? What if you can find a way to make your daily life more meaningful no matter what you do? Meaning gives us a reason to wake up in the morning, especially when times get tough. It's about connecting your daily actions to something bigger than yourself. For instance, I find meaning in helping my patients every day, but I didn't always work in medicine. When I first moved to Canada, I worked entry-level jobs like being a cashier. Even then, I made it my goal to brighten someone's day. It wasn't about the job title, it was about living out my values of kindness and compassion. To find meaning, start by asking yourself what really matters to you. Is it helping others? Creating something new? Learning and growing? Whatever it is, look for ways to incorporate those values in your daily life. It could be volunteering, pursuing a hobby, or even just offering a smile to someone who needs it. The point is to find something that aligns with your values, even if it's just a small part of your day. Meaning gives us direction, but to truly feel like we're flourishing, we also need a sense of accomplishment. Let's talk about how celebrating small wins can boost your well-being. Flourishing isn't about waiting for some grand life change. It's about the small, intentional actions we take each day, choosing to notice positive emotions, engage with life fully, build relationships, find meaning, and celebrate achievements. So, what's one small thing you can do today to start flourishing? Let me know in the comments below, and let's continue this journey together. Thank you so much for watching. May you be well, and I see you in the next video.